who have not. Okay, I see. Let me see who has finished. We have Christian. You didn't add your aspiration.
Okay, I'll remake it. I'll remake the thing.
Okay, so you can also like your friend is, this is to like, if you like your friend is profile, you can always just hit like that. Okay, let's give this like 2 minutes. Yes, please, you're raising up your hand. Morning, how are you? Nice to meet you today.
Hi.
Yeah, have you registered?
Okay.
You click the link and
Yes.
all right, so you click that link in the chat and then just
Is this avatar?
I've
not seen that link.
No, Windsor.
Click in the chat.
Don't use sanitizer. Go and get the green bottle which has thick water. That's what you need to spray. Either in the window of this bathroom or the other one.
My mother registered for me. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay, but we also want you to register here such that your friends can know you. Just click on that link, then you click on this plus, and you'll be able to add your avatar here, add your name and your aspirations, why you came in for this camp, what you expect to learn. So now we are, after 1 minute, we are going to get started with today's class.
Yeah, someone put avatar.
You can choose your own avatar.
Yes. What have you registered? What have you put in?
I've just clicked on the link.
You're supposed to fill in something.
Okay, so if we are done, then we are going to move on. Let me just give it a few seconds. Don't worry, if you are still facing challenges, you can do this at your own free time, and you can always access this information anytime in the day, in the week. It's going to be there. Yeah, so I see Christian has now has an avatar, and we now know why it's here for the camp. Nice. So
you click on something.
So anyone have this, and you see the profile. These are the profiles of the previous participants, so they can always know who is good at what. And you can always update this after the camp. You can now tell people use your approach if you want to learn in a given skill. So let me now share my other screen.
After we do that, what do we do?
That's all. And you can now like your friends. Let me show you how to like. You can just like your classmate is.
I'm just telling you to push profile.
So this is to like, and if I like this, I can also hit like that, and just hit like on any.
You add. What you're going to do? Those are you put your name.
Okay. one more second as just still waiting for
10.
15 people to join, then we can start over.
What are you waiting for?
Teacher just said you write your school.
Yeah, you write your school in brackets, just like Sean Serimba did.
Like you go to
You put your school in brackets.
yes.
And also Christian.
So that's enough.
So thank you very much.
Put your school in brackets. Obusobola kulaba kiki otayipi.
Okay, now let's get started. This is it. For those who have just joined us, you will register later. Let me just share the link again, and you will do this later. So let me now share my, I can see, welcome to the class, Ephraim, Eitan, Sean, welcome to the class, Christian, and all others who will be registering here. So let me just stop. You can get to know who is in the class through that link. So that means that registration is now done. And we now want to kickstart. So welcome to this amazing class. It's a playful way of learning innovation, coding, how to present, and how to be a good leader. So we are going to, we started trainings in 2018, and we have so far empowered so many thousands of children in East Africa, and you are going to just be joining those children who are amazing at what they do and who are also trying to become great innovators in the future. So the future is already here, and that's why we believe that if we give you the necessary skills and using your creativity and also problem-solving skills already in you, you can be able to, just a moment. So now we are going to get started with our first lesson. So we are going to be learning three things. We are going to learn how to make our own games, how to make our own animations, how to make our own stories. And that's what we do in the first stage of this training. That's the Explorer stage. And after that, you're going to learn how to present your games, how to prototype your games, and then to plan to now move on to the next level of learning a little bit of advanced languages like Python, like C++, which will be taught in the next stage. For this stage, we are going to be learning how to use Scratch. And before we even get started, I want someone to just define for me, what do you understand by a computer? What's a computer programming language? Okay, what is computer programming? Let me begin with that. I know all of you know what a computer is, so I want to know what's a computer programming. What's computer programming? Yes, please, go ahead. Just unmute yourself. Adrian and Austin.
Is asking what is computer programming. Do you have an answer?
No.
If you want to answer the question, just raise up your hand. What is computer programming or coding? When I say coding, what comes in your mind? Someone tried.
What is computer programming, Austin?
I don't know.
You can't even try. You try. Raise up your hand and try.
And then circle.
So
Just
raise
try.
or
Okay, you try. I see someone's hand is up. Please go ahead.
Computer programming or coding is writing in a language that a computer can understand and then give you something.
Wow. That's amazing. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Austin, I see your hand is up. You want to try?
I love that for my coding.
Computer programming or coding is to write something and make up your own game.
Wow, amazing. Those are very nice definitions. And so the way you have just laid it out, it's exactly how we define computer programming. And as for me, I will just say computer programming is writing a list of instructions that you want the computer to follow in a certain order. So I want you to note these these instructions, and then I want you to note full order. There have to be instructions that follow a certain order. So instructions follow order. These are the things you have to memorize. Instructions follow order. You get, if one of them is not in line, if one of them is missing, then it's not going to work. So just like you're building a house, if you don't follow the order of the plan of the house is going to collapse. And that's how you have always seen on television so many buildings here in Kampala and Nairobi, in Kigali, falling down even before the houses are complete. It's because the houses have not followed a certain order. The order which we call in building, we call it architecture. They are not following the plan which is on paper. So even as here, computer programming is going to be a process. It's going to be that activity of writing instructions or commands. We can call them instructions or commands that you want the computer to follow in a certain order. Now, for example, we are all computers, even human beings. If you didn't know that you're a computer, then today you have to know. Because first of all, your parents wrote the instructions in you when you were born, and that's why you are able to speak your mother language, your English language. You know how to walk, you know how to eat, you know how to shower, you know how to brush your shoes. Those are instructions that your parents wrote in you when you were just like a box there which had nothing to do. So now my instructions, we see this is our friend Joe. So Joe eats breakfast. Now this is going to show you that we are following order. You cannot say Joe cannot first begin by sleeping, then going home, then eating dinner, then go to school, then eat breakfast. When Joe wakes up, he first eats breakfast, then goes to school, then comes back home, eats dinner, and then sleeps. So this is his typical day, and it's in order. That's why I told you to follow these things. Instructions follow order. They have to follow a certain order. And now, just like all of you have eaten cake, and a cake is so sweet, it's so delicious. But if you bake cake and the baking doesn't follow a certain order, the cake is going to be hated by everyone. You've ever gone to a wedding party and see people fighting for cake? But there's another wedding party I attended where they were even, at the end of the occasion, we saw a lot of cake on people's table. People had abandoned the cake because it was not delicious. That meant that it has not followed. It is instructions, and the instructions for baking cake are called a recipe. So a recipe can be those requirements. Maybe you can say 2 spoonfuls of eggs or 2 spoonfuls of sugar. Those instructions you're saying, those are a recipe for cake. So in our adventure here, that instruction, that recipe is going to be called a program. You get? So what is a program? Before I proceed, I see Sean Peter, your hand is up. Please, you want to ask or say something? Please go ahead.
I'm writing the sentence, should we draw the robot?
No. We are going to share with you all these slides. All the PowerPoints are going to be sent to you for reading after this class. So don't worry, just be noting down, but don't make the drawings. You can just do your summary, but we are going to send you all this material that we are using.
Okay.
So now, so we have so many. I want you to tell me the instructions that your parents tell you every day. Come and eat food. That's an instruction. And what if one day your mom came and told you, kuja ukule chakula, when for you don't know Kiswahili? What would be your reaction? I want you to tell me, what would you react if someone said, kuja ukule chakula, if you don't understand Kiswahili? So what would happen is, I would just be there like a robot. I don't understand. And some of you, when you're going to be reaching our class of robotics, we also have robotics classes, but then there are robots when, if you ask them what they know, they will respond to you. And if you ask them what they don't know, they will just tell you, sorry, I don't understand. And the most amazing robot called Sophia does that. When you ask her maybe about someone she doesn't know, she will always just be politely telling you that, sorry, I don't understand that. So even a computer, when you give it instructions that it doesn't understand, it will not do anything. It will just tell you, sorry, I don't understand what you're telling me. Now, that's why we bring in the aspect of a language. You have to speak to a computer in a language that it understands. If I spoke to Seremba in Luganda, Seremba would respond to me very fast because he knows Luganda. But if I spoke to Seremba in Alur, Seremba would be confused and would not understand anything. So we have to differentiate between computer languages and human languages. I just want you to give me some 5, I want everyone to list 5 in the chat, 5 human languages that you know. And I'm going to start since I'm also part of the class. Don't mention the ones I've mentioned. So if you mention them first, the one who mentions the languages first, the next person should not mention those languages. So if I go first, don't mention my languages. Let's see who is the first to mention 5 languages. If I mention Luganda and you have not mentioned it, you have to look for other languages, which are human. I want human languages, not computer languages. So I think I'm the first, so don't mention my languages, just mention your own other human languages that you know. So let's give it 1 minute. I want just to see how many human languages that are spoken by human beings, how many of them do you know? You can just mention 5 of them. So let's give it a second. I see Sean Peter says Japanese language. Yes, I see Austin and Adrian, Luganda, Lusoga, Lugwere, English, Iteso. Very good. Swahili, yes. Maria says Chinese, Lunyankole, Lugwere. Very good. Chinese from Sylvia, Arabic and Portuguese. Very good. And Kyla, Ronel, and Misha say Spanish, French, English, Ruchiga. Yes, so if you spoke to human beings these languages, if the human beings know these languages, they will always respond to you. Christian says Japanese, yes, nice. Now, all those are, you see, human beings have about more than 100 languages that they speak. How about computers? How about robots? Do robots know Luganda? Do robots know Lugwere? Do robots speak Runyankore? That's the question. Now let's leave alone robots because that's going to be a different class. Let's talk about computers. How about, do computers speak human languages? I want you to think about that. Just close your eyes and think, what language, if a computer speaks Runyankole, how does it do that? How does a computer know Runyankole if it spoke Runyankole? It's very difficult. Let's hear from Maria.
If a computer speaks Runyankole, it means it's programmed to speak Runyankole.
Yes, if it's programmed to speak Runyankole. Nice. That's nice. Brilliant of you. Let's get to hear from, let me see, Peter, Sean Peter.
Setting the language.
Setting the language.
Yes.
Okay, so how does the computer really, you mean you have to set the language that they speak? The computers also have their own languages, that the way we human beings have our own languages. So we can't set their language, of course. But that's a nice try. Let's now give a chance to Kyla, Ronel, and Misha. Please unmute.
Coding. No, it's settings. When you go to settings.
No, they have their own. It's
Okay.
coding. You code them to do that.
You program them.
Program coding, any of them.
Okay, what programming is giving them instructions? In which language do you make these instructions? Do you write these instructions?
A JavaScript, I think HTML.
Perfect, 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 perfect. That's what I'm looking for. Brilliant. So now let's get to languages for computers. I want you to type in the chat computer languages. Let's now type in the chat computer languages, which we know. Everyone just type one language which you think a computer can speak, can understand. Very good, Christian. Python is one of them. And if you make it to the launch stage, you're going to be learning Python. It's English, no. Richard, computers don't speak English. English is a human language. COBOL, Sylvia, yes. JavaScript, yes, very good. And we are going to be telling you what all these languages are used for. Pascal, I've never heard of Pascal, so I don't think it's a computer language. C, very good, Kyla, Ronel, and Misha. C is a good programming language, which we shall also be looking at when we do robotics. If you're going to sign up for the robotics class, you're going to learn C and Python. So assembly, yes, very good, Sylvia. Okay, so now I see that you know some languages, but those are a bit of complex languages which a child of 6 years old can't start with. But there is a language that you can, we are going to introduce to you before you get to the C, C++, Java, before you get to Python, and so many other languages that we are going to be discussing in this adventure. HTML for websites, very good. Basic, very good. Now, one program that allows us to make simple games, videos, stories, and also our own animations is called Scratch. So Scratch gives us the tools to make our own programs in a way that it would be hard for you actually to make it. You see, this is what you would have to do in order to have a website, in order to have an app, in order to have an animation movie, or in order to have a game. And this would be so boring, just the way you see. This picture is the most boring picture amongst all my slides, because the numbers, you're not even understanding them. Yes, you may read them, but you don't understand what they are doing. So that's what we call programming. But we have languages which are a little bit, we have basic languages, we have intermediate languages, and we have advanced languages. So HTML is an intermediate language, which we are going to be switching to in the, when you join the next stage, Ignite stage, you're going to learn HTML because it is simple to make websites. But then the advanced languages like C++ will come in the launch. Now, so just like we said that when I'm building a house, I would need a brick, I would need bricks, I would need an axe, I would need I don't know what we use for making the foundation, but the whole, I would need cement, I would need sand, I would need ventilators, and so many iron sheets. So those are tools which are used to make a house. So if you want to build a game, you also need tools, and those tools are the ones you're going to be introducing to you today. Now, so I see Peter has ever made something with Scratch. Very good. We are going to give you a chance to show us what you made in Scratch. Now, so I want you to go to this link that I'm going to share with you in the chat, and you just download Scratch, which you are going to use for this class. And then, so let me share in the chat. So you can follow that link that I've shared in the chat. I see Kyla, Ronel, and Misha. Your hand is up. Please unmute.
When we have Scratch, we can already type Scratch on Google and get it. So should we use the link because we are already in Scratch when we type it on Google? So do we use the link? Google Chrome.
Yeah, you can. Let me show you. You can still use your, if you can search for it, then it's fine. Don't use the link.
Yes, we can, and we can save our project also.
Yeah.
Okay, you first share your screen, and I see what you're seeing on your Scratch. Just try, just share your screen. The rest you can be following that link. Yeah. So if you face a challenge, and if you're using a phone and it tells you, I'm going to show you what it really brings. Just try installing. If you fail, I'm going to guide you. And even if you're using a phone, I'm also going to guide you in we are going to send you an application if this one fails, which you can install on your phone, especially for phones which were made before 2015. Okay, so let me first just share my screen. I see Seremba, your hand is up. Did you just forget it up?
No, I've now joined Scratch on the web.
On the web? Okay, let me also
just
let me share my Chrome here, and I show it. So when you follow that link that I've given you, you're going to see something like this, and then you can download the Scratch app. If you're using a Windows computer, you click on Windows here. And when you follow that link, it will always just show you which device you're using. And then you click, if you're using a Mac OS, you click on Mac OS, that's a Mac laptop, then click download, direct download here. Or you can get on App Store. If you're using a Windows computer, you can click on Windows, then come to direct download, or get it from Microsoft. Then you just follow the prompt. It's going to be easy to install. If it doesn't install on your computer, you can get older versions, which are also down here, Scratch 2.0 or 1.4. And now, this is Android. If you have a phone, if you're using a phone or a tablet, you are going to click on Android here and then click on Get It on Google Play. So let me get the link for, if it still fails to install on your phone, I'm going to get for you another link where you can actually get. So there's another link which we are going to share with you, which is for installing the application if it fails, especially if you're using phones which were made earlier than 2015. So let me share this in the chat as well. So if the first link fails, then you use this for phones. Sometimes it can refuse to work for certain phones, but this one should be, but if you want to use the online version, then it's also good, especially for people who are using iPads. We don't have a stable version for iPads yet. So you can just click on Create on your iPad, hold your iPad in landscape mode, then you click on Create here. So when I click on Create, I can use the online version of the software to make my instructions. So I'm trying to figure out why my internet is too slow today. Then I hope now you can we use the online on our Macs? Yes, you can use the online on your Macs. Very good. But if you want to use it without the internet after the class, you can install for Mac. It really works so fine. The offline version works so fine. Just the way I'm also using my offline version, which I'm going to be showing you here today. Now let's get to work.
You have downloaded Scratch.
You've downloaded. So if you've successfully downloaded, you can also just type in the chat. Thank you very much. Now, Maria, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
I've downloaded Scratch. Should I open it now or?
Yes, you can open it now. This is the time to open it. So now we are now going to get started. We want to learn a couple of so many things today because this is our first day. Now, just like if you want to create or to use the offline version, when you follow that link, just click on the online version, you click on Create, and then you navigate into the Scratch programming environment, just like we are going to be calling it today, which looks like this. So when you click Create, or when you open the application, just like I want you to open it right now, you're going to see something like this. So the cat sprite appears when the Scratch is started, and you will see this beautiful cat here ready to be told what to do. So let me see in the chat. I've downloaded it and I've opened it. So that's nice. So if you're facing a challenge to open, if you can't open it, then just let me know. I don't want anyone to be left behind. So now we are going to begin with our first, let me also open mine. I'm not going to be using slides all over. We have to do, so after, let me share, let me open my Scratch, just a moment. Just a moment. Let me also start my Scratch such that we get to the creative class. Nice, 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 nice. So my Scratch is loading here. Someone is asking, how do I download? Now, I am going to just go through the link Okay, let me give you a minute to complete. And for those of you, this is how the offline, just follow this link that I'm going to share with you, and then you will be able to get there. This should be able to give you to download. So I see teacher I got on Microsoft Store, very good. Christian, I've seen the cat, very good. Maria, then Sylvia, teacher, the second link has failed. I can't download this. You use, has the first link failed as well? Okay, now the second link should work. That is Scratch, or if it doesn't work, just search, go to Play Store and search for Scratch Export. Go to Play Store and search for Scratch Export. Like that, you're going to be able to see it and download it directly. I see also it's still downloading. Okay, let's give it like a minute. Okay, if you want to talk, I see Christian wants to talk. Raise up your hand so I can unmute you. Whoever wants to speak, please just raise up your hand. Okay, yes, Esther, please unmute.
I have a question. How often are we going to be having these meetings?
We are going to be having them on Saturdays and Sundays, same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else wants to ask? So let's give it a minute, such that if you have finished installs and you're able to open it, please let me know in the chat. So Christian, please unmute. I see your hand is up.
Teacher, I wanted to ask that what are we going to do first when we download it?
We are going to make our game after, we are going to make a game after downloading.
Okay.
Yes, Kyla.
We are still downloading it. Please, may you give us a few?
All right, all right.
About 2 minutes, please.
It's okay. So if you've finished, for those of you who have finished, as we are still waiting for others, I see Maria. Maria, you have your hand up.
I finished opening the app.
All right, nice, nice. Now let's wait for our friends as well. I see Sean.
One time I tried making the game, but it refused. How do you save it to become a game?
We are going to be learning that. Did you make it using Scratch?
Yes.
Which kind of game did you make?
I don't remember, but I made it and it refused to become a game.
Okay, we shall be learning how to make it a game throughout this this camp.
Okay.
Now let's try, as we are still, if you have opened it, just try to be playing around with these blocks. These are some tutorials which you can also play
with
for
Scratch.
yourself.
You can make your own stories.
So I see Kyla, please unmute. If you want to speak, raise up your hand.
We are ready. We are finished downloading it.
Nice, nice. Then you now open it. And for those of
We
you,
are ready.
Get that out of there. Press close. We are going to start.
You start. You're gonna get your game.
okay, now if it's taking time to download, just use this link that I'm going to share and just use the offline version. So just use that link and use the online version, and let's get started. Now on Scratch, let me also just share my offline version. or if you don't mind, let me just share using this one. So we are going to learn these are when you're talking about tools to build a house. I mentioned the tools already. Now, for this case, if you're going to program to give instructions to a computer or whatever animation, whatever you want to maybe change distance, maybe to change appearance, you're going to need what we call blocks of code in Scratch. So here we have a little bit of, we have sections. This first section here is called a code section. Code section. Let me just annotate my screen and just text here. So this one is called the code section. Code section. And that's what we are going to be calling it. So let me just then we have the coding area. Do I change my color? Okay. So this is the code section, and this one here is the code. It's called the code area, coding area. And then the last side here is called the screen, just the way we can have a screen to display whatever we are doing. So this part here, just I'm going to get back to you if you're raising. Just keep your hand up, and I'll get back to you. Then, if we want sprites, this is where we get sprites from. Let me just format this as well. So this is where we get sprites, and backdrops are got here. So these are backgrounds or backdrops. Shall be getting them here. At the extreme corner here, these are called, this is where we shall be getting backdrops. And then more extensions to make it fun. We shall be having more extensions which can be got here. Extensions will always be got here. So these are extensions. This icon here, which has a plus, is what we call extensions. Now, let me explain each of them. Let me just first stop annotating the screen, and then I now explain. So now, before I even explain, my friends have their hands up. I'm going to start with Christian. Please, you have something to say?
So teacher, I was saying that for me, when I got Scratch, I watched the tutorial, which showed me how to use it. So what I'm also wondering is how can you save the game?
We are going to just be patient. We are going to show you how to do that. Okay, now let's give a chance to Kyla.
We know how to save the game because we started doing small projects, but we saved them on something so we can find the projects and show you some small things and Renelle.
Crystal's computer and I can't bring it.
Yes, sometimes they got deleted, but we were able to make some projects and save them.
Do you want to share with us your projects?
We cannot now because most of them are not here.
All right.
Because we have opened a new Scratch file, the new one, we cannot yet, but all we know that we have done projects.
Nice. We hope you're going to be building on more skills to make now better projects throughout this camp. So on our first day, we are just going to we now just want to, those who have not used Scratch before, this is how it's used. What we do, if you've ever played brick game, or if you've ever built a house when you were still a little baby, those houses we used to build out of mud, you just make your bricks and then keep on arranging them somewhere. And then you have to make them, as we said earlier, these are going to be called instructions. These are, this is now what we call, when we group these together, if there are more than 2, then this one becomes a program. You get it? So we are going to be arranging these blocks systematically. For example, if I wanted to make this cat here to walk, this cat is doing nothing. It can do nothing because it has not been given any instruction. Now, this next brings me to the sections, or maybe the types of instructions that we can give this cat. This cat can move, and if I want it to move, I go and get blocks or instructions which are under motion here. Can scroll down to get, we are going to be using some of them, and I'm going to be explaining each of them. Then if I wanted to change their appearance, I'm going to go to looks, and I look for so many instructions which behave differently, by the way, and then I'm going to add it to make it change the appearance, or maybe to talk. And then if I wanted to speak while people can hear, we are going to be using sound, and also some other blocks in the extensions, as I'm going to show you. Then events, this is what you have to note down. Any program has to begin with an event. It's just like the key or the ignition button for a car. Without it, the car will never move. Forget about those old cars where they connect 2 wires. If you've moved, if you've traveled through some taxis here in Kampala, you just see the driver putting 2 wires together and the car starts. That's not the, that's a wrong program. That's a program which will fail in systematic programming here. So here, we just know that you need a key, which can be, you can either start with when green flag is clicked. If someone wants to start your game, either they click the green flag, or either they click any button, which can be the space bar, or any key on your keyboard, or maybe on their phone, and then the game is going to start. So for example, if I click A, maybe my person can start moving. So these are the events that have to start. Now, control. You can change the behavior of this cat by using control, and we are going to be diving deep into this when we are not learning about what we call functions. Right now, it confuses you, but when we start over with the projects, you're going to understand how we use functions, the conditional statements, just like you're seeing if I don't have money, I'm not going to buy a donut. If I don't have money, I'm not going to buy some sweets. I'm not going to go to town. I'm not going to school if I don't have pocket money. So these are the conditions that we are going to be giving our animations or using in our games. Then we have sensing. Sensing is going to be bringing in the aspect of senses to our animations, to our objects, such that they can also feel the way we do as humans. And we're going to be teaching you how to use them. Operators, mathematics is everywhere, and any program to run, even robots depend on mathematics. Actually, robots depend 60% on mathematics. So we are going to be using some mathematical operators as well. And variables, this is how we are going to be storing our information. For example, if you wanted to add score, to add health, to add maybe people to, if you're having a multiplayer game, you can know you're going to always use variables and lists, which is also here. We're going to show you how to use variables and lists in a very productive way. Then my block, sometimes you want to make, you're thinking about a block and it's not in Scratch, you can just click on my blocks, and then you make your own block. And these blocks, this is what they do. Sometimes you see when in reality, our teachers in school use what we call pamphlets or small textbooks, but there's summary, because a teacher cannot come with a 1,000 pages textbook and to teach you. It will be too heavy for him, or it will be too much for a class. So what he does, the teacher goes and reads the textbook. Not only your teacher, my teacher as well reads the same textbook. The teacher from Gayaza High School reads the same textbook. The teacher from MST reads the same school, Kaboja Junior School, all the schools in the country or in the whole world, they may read a specific textbook, but what they do, they summarize what we call their teaching material, and then they go to their classes and teach different stuff. The notes the teacher in Gayaza is using are different from the notes the teacher in SMART is using. So but they are all using one textbook that can be ABOT for secondary schools, or it can be learning SST for all children, for primary children. So this is now what I want you to understand. Those textbooks are what we call, that they give us what we call a function in programming, because they are there. It's just imagine, I want you to imagine, let me say a design. I want you to imagine a material of a cloth. You and your sister can buy the same material, which has strips, but Joanne is going to make a different design using the same material, and maybe her clothes is going to be sleeveless, yet yours has sleeves. So that means that you're using the material becomes the function, and it can be used differently by different people. So in here, when I make a block, which is called square, this is a function for drawing squares. I'm defining it, but Einstein can use a different program to draw a square, depending, just using my block here. And also Kyla can also use a different program. Right now it's so confusing, but I'm going to neutralize it when we start that project. So let me just take them back. You can just always take them back if you're not, or just right click and delete them. I can also right click this and add a comment to tell someone what this block is doing. So this is like to start my program, So when you upload your games online and everyone can access them, people will always be reading to know what your program is all about through these comments. I can also right click to duplicate if I don't want to keep on, if I've written a long program and I want to have it in another sprite, I can always, so if I want to get a sprite, I now come here to sprites here. Then I just click on this card. I can click on this card to get the sprites which are already in, or I can click on paint to draw my own sprites. We are going to be doing so much of drawing. And if you are seeing some of the projects presented yesterday, you saw that some people who are using Scratch were painting their own sprites. And then this is to upload. You can also get some sprites from the internet already, avatars and Scratch animations, or other nice pictures on the internet, and also upload them in your game or in your animation. So let me see. Peter says Kaboja was the former school, very good. And where in an AC school. Okay, so I don't get that, but I'm going to be getting back to you. So now this is, if I want to get another sprite, I just click on this, and then you're going to be able to see so many of the sprites here. We have animals. Can click on animals to get only animals. Can click on people to get only people. Just like that. So I will start with Abby. I want to make Abby to speak. I don't know whether I see Kyla, your hand, did you just forget it up, or you want to ask a question or say something?
I want to say something. When you were saying that you could also upload photos on Scratch so that you can make your own project, you can also take a picture and you also put it in your project using the camera of either the computer or...
Yeah.
Yes, you can take a...
Yes, you can also take a picture or take a video and make your own movie and add it in your game using actually you. You can take people at home, a video, then you add it in Scratch. Thank you very much. Did you try out your own project? Yes, Kyla? Sorry, you can unmute.
Just one thing. How do they do that? Because do you have to upload it, or it just comes on the you can go to Sprites. You can go to
We shall show
how
you
do you upload it? How do you upload it into your game?
We shall show you when we start building the game. Actually, we shall upload it. I'll show you how to upload them, even when they are videos. Now, let's get started. If I don't want the cat, I can just click on delete here and the cat is going to go away. Now, the first thing, you can have as many sprites as you want. For example, if I wanted another sprite, I can still click here. Today, we are just going to get the sprites which are already here. We are not going to paint. So I can get Avery here. And I have also Abby here. So I can have so many of them and I place them wherever I want. I can even increase my screen here as we are going to be seeing. Now, the first thing I want to do is to make Avery to walk. So let me delete the cat. And let me delete Abby. And then I have Avery here to walk. Before I make Abby to, so what I have to do is I have to go to my code section here, as you're seeing, code section. And then I'm going to get, for now, I just want to use the event. You have to go to events first before doing anything for Scratch. But in other languages, we are going also to show you that the events, how events is written in C++, in Python, when you get there. If you get a chance in the presentations for this month, you're going to see people who have already learned C++ will be demonstrating their projects, and you're going to see how events is related in Scratch. So, you know, in every language that you're going to code, you're always going to first go to events. So I go to events. Let me start with when green flag is clicked, I want Avery to walk. So this one is already Avery walking. So she's, this is a basic animation or character that has been, we have added what we call costumes. Now let me show you how this is able to walk. Before I do that, let me just code it to walk. I'm going to go to motion and I get the move, 10 steps here. I add it there. Then I go to control to make it walk continuously. Get the forever, and it has to cover. So moving has to happen forever. So my move has to be inside the forever. Now, when I say green flag, it's just going to glide and it's not working. So I have to put a weight here, because when you're walking, when you throw the first step in front, you have to wait for at least 1 second before you throw the next step. That's why you have this weight. And it's going through the wall because you've not told it to sense. So I can go still either under sensing or even under motion. There's a block which shows that if on edge bounce, and also set rotation style such that the head is not, you see here the head is now down because it is turning instead of rotating. It's turning, this turn all around. But if you want it just rotate left, right, then you add it and it's going to be upright while coming back. But now that is not walking still. That is that's jumping, not even jumping. It's just still gliding over the ground. Now to make it work, I introduced a new concept. That's the concept which we call costumes. When you click on costumes here, Avery has 4 costumes. And even when you're developing your animations, we're going to be showing you how to create so many costumes. And if you have so many costumes, your animation is going to appear as if it's a real person, as if it's those animations you watch on TV every day. And when someone is speaking, the mouth has to open, the eyes have to move, the hands have to also show motion to be as if it's a human being. And that's what, that's the beauty about animations. So to add the block for next call for costumes, I will go to looks And under looks, I'll just say, either I say switch costume to this, but then I will have to have so many blocks. So to just have one block, I'll just say next costume. And I put it anywhere inside the forever, anywhere I choose. And then she's going to appear as if she's walking. And that's the first program to make any cat to walk. This is the first program we always have with everyone. So if you're able to make this program, then you just let me know. Then we shall be continuing to the first. So I'm now going to show you how to add a background to Avery. So to add a background to Avery, what you're going to do, you're going to come to backdrops here at the extreme right. Click on the backdrops sign. Sorry if I went too fast. If I'm too fast, you also let me know. So this is stage, where you're seeing stage, either on your phone or on your, if you want this to be clear on your phone, hold your phone in landscape mode, not in portrait mode. So then if I click on backdrops here, I will see so many of the backgrounds, and you just choose the one which is more appealing to you. So I want to take my Avery to the bench. Let me see this background, which has a bench. Yes. And Avery can walk maybe a little bit the other side, which doesn't make sense. So let me get another, let me see, boardwalk. So boardwalk has to be a nice, nice background for me. So now these backgrounds are just pictures, but you've watched animation movies where we have backdrops which are moving. And actually, that's where we're going to get to how to make moving backdrops. But before we get there, I want us to make a story. So after making your game, this is your first game. You can name it. And to name your first project, you just come here where you see file. So I can come on file and I click save to your computer, because I want to reuse the project after this. So I click save, and it's going to be downloaded since I'm using the offline version, or the online version, sorry. So I see Techno, come on, 11, please unmute. I see your hand is up.
The game on Google so that other people can play it?
For the Scratch projects, you'll be able to upload it on the Scratch website such that anyone can play it. So let me show you. Let me just show you what happens when you have an account on Scratch. When you start the mobile application games like in Android, that's when you can put them on Play Store. So we have a website for uploading Scratch projects. And let me show you. Let me first share the other screen. And I show you some projects which have already been uploaded. And people can comment on them, play them, and you can know who played your game. So let me go to my classes here. So when you see here, like for this class, which has Coding Unlimited, there are so many projects under this studio. Let me just share this. So you can see people make, this one is a super racing game. People have made so many projects, and some people, when you click on these games, someone can come, when your game is online, someone can play it, someone can give credit, someone can comment, can like, and can download your game and play it on from the Scratch website. So let me just try out this new game. It's a new game, I think, made by Tendo. So let me also favorite it. So people will see the instructions of how to play the game and also some credits, and someone can copy the link, someone can download it, someone can remix it, someone can favorite it, and you will see how many people have seen your game by this eye. When you see this eye, this is how many people have seen your game, and people can add comments to your game. So let me see this game. I have not seen it before, so let me try playing it. Let's see. So I think I don't know how to play this game, but it was made by Tendo.
Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through.
I think I'm going to fail because I don't know how to play the game. So that's what happens when you make the games, and people have even acceleration, people have their score here. So they are telling you that press the right key and left key to control the game. Now let's proceed with our adventure. We shall come to how to upload the games later. I see your hand is up, Maria, and I'm getting to Christian after. Then I also see Kyla.
What about like the animes and cartoons and all that stuff?
You mean the cartoons? Yes, the animations and cartoons we're also going to show you. There are projects which have, just that I didn't show you, when you can also upload them, or you can, we can show you how to record them, and now they be as if they are videos. So, and they can be played on someone's, someone can put them on their TV and they show, so they can be in MP4 format. So if you've made an animation, we shall show you how to convert it to MP4 format, and you put on your flash and you can play it as an animation, or you can also put it on the Scratch website and people can just download it or play it on the Scratch website. So that's what you're going to be doing over the week, over the this month. So let me give a chance to Christian.
Teacher, how do you have to sign into Scratch to check the other games?
Yeah, you have to sign into. We are going to give you a link to register in the studio. And by the way, you don't only see the projects in the studio. You are also going to be seeing the projects which have been made by so many children around the world. So you can see there are so many. There are about 20 million children who, or even teachers who are making Scratch projects, and they are all available. You can even learn from what they are doing, as we're going to show you after this class. So I see
Kyla. In this class, are you going to show us also how to like make a game, and we're just learning animations right now?
Yeah, today we are going to make a game. So if time allows, I want us to make a game today. Okay. So today, if time allows, we are going to make a game, of course.
Okay.
So let me see Kyla. Kyla, your hand is up.
Yes, we said that we know how to make every work, but we wish we could share a screen and show.
Okay, you can take 1 minute and share your screen.
There are some problems.
Like, have a background.
You share your screen and
let us pass.
I see Dilwin. Dilwin, have you made? How are you making things that side? You can unmute. Are you facing any challenge? I'm not hearing you. You're still muted. Okay, so, all right, nice. Now we can have, you wanted a second to share your screen. Go ahead and share your screen. And that is Kyla. Okay, I see Atu Singuza, your hand is up. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Teacher, I'm just from joining.
Okay, let me share the screen, the link to Scratch. So first of all, just use this link and use the online version. But to download the application, you're going to use this link that I'm going to share next. So let me share the one for downloading the application for the offline version. So this one is for downloading. And the first one I shared is for using it offline. Now let's get to, I see Kyla. Kyla, your hand is still up. I don't know whether you still want.
Yes. Excuse me, teacher. We cannot share screen while you're sharing your screen. If we can, while you're sharing your screen.
I've stopped.
You've stopped.
Yes.
Okay. Teacher, I'm just wondering, how do we remove background?
Okay, I'm going to show you how to remove background. Let us first give 30 seconds to Kyla. Okay, if Kyla is still facing challenges sharing their screen, maybe we shall give them a chance at the end. Okay, so let me share my screen. Now, this is how you, this is how you remove the background. So if I have made this background here and I don't like it, I click on stage here. So you click on stage where there is stage, then come to back groups after code. This is code. And then let me just show this. And change the color to red. So now this is backdrops, what you're seeing. After code, you click on backdrops here. So after you first click on stage, which you're seeing here, this is stage. And then if stage is highlighted, then you can now click on backdrops here. And then the backdrop. So you see I have like two backdrops which can be interchanged. When I program, if I want to delete, I just click on this bucket here for delete. And then it goes away. So this one also, I can click on it and it goes away. And then I don't have a backdrop. So if that answers your question, then now you can now paint your own or add another backdrop. If I want to change the backdrop, I click on backdrop here, and then I can now choose a different one. Let me say if I choose this will be my new backdrop. As simple as that. So this is just the beginning. You are not going to do everything in one day, but let's start with now making a story before we build a game, because it's coming to 1:30. Okay. So this is how we are going to build our game. I go back, right? You click on the sprite before you can add instructions to it. So I want to save my project. I've already saved my project. Now I'm going to start a new project. Let me just use my offline version. The rest can mute. I don't know who is speaking in the background. Okay, so let me share my offline version. Now, we want now to make a new project, which is to make a conversation between two people. And this is how you make the, let's first make a story. Let me first delete the cat and I get another sprite between two people. I will get Avery here. And I'm going to get another one. If I'm leaving you behind, you can always let me know. So I want to get another one, which is going to be, let me just get a person. Maybe D, let me get D. So these are my two sprites I'm going to use to make just a conversation between them. And I want them to both have stories and also to speak out loud. So what I do is to first, I want D to face this person. Right now, I'm not going to add motion in them, but I just want them to, I click on D, then I want D to face this side. So D, then I come to where we see costumes here. And I see this flip. So we are going to get to know about, right now I don't want to take a lot of time to explain this because there's going to be a session for this. So I want you to just click on flip, flip horizontal, which is here, flip horizontal such that D faces this side, and click on the next costume as well and flip horizontal. All of them have to be flipped horizontal like that. So now they are facing each other, and I now just want to add a simple program which makes them to talk. So I go to events for D, and I say when green flag is clicked, maybe I want them to say. So I say, I go to looks and I say, hello. Let me just say hello. Hello. Hello, my name is D. And then you switch costume to DA. Switch costume is here. Now you're switching to, I'm going to explain what costume is. And I just want you to see what happens if I can explain that. So then after switching costume, then I'm going to wait. Maybe 0.5 seconds and say, what is your name? Okay, so let's just have that. I see Maria's hand is up. Please unmute.
I've not understood.
Okay, now I'm going to do it one more time. So what I wanted you to do is I want to add an instruction to D to make this say hello. This is what I want to do. So I want D to say hello like that. What is your name? You get. So to do that, the first thing I want to say, when someone clicks this green flag, they should do this. These are now the instructions you're seeing, and they're following order. That's why I put my weight. I didn't start with my weight. I didn't start what I spoke about in the beginning, follow. I said instructions, follow order. And that's why I didn't have my weight starting up here or coming here. I said, the first thing you do, let me increase this size. The first thing you do is to get the when green flag is clicked. Let me take this back. This is the first, which is always under events. So everyone can go to events and get this block. You can get any block as long as you don't forget which block I'm just using the green flag because I can see it here to just demo this project. And after that, then you're going to move on to now say, if you wanted to just say the words, just like the stories you've seen in newspapers, we are right now, I don't want to bring in the aspect of speaking. So I just wanted to say, which is here under looks. When someone presses the green flag, it's going to say hello. You see, when I press the green flag, D is going to say hello. Like that. That's what I want. I'm trying to talk about. If I want to change what the person says, I just say hello. I click inside here, then I say hello, my name is D. Then now after this, so if I click the green flag, it will say hello, my name is D. As simple as that. Then maybe you say, after saying this, you can say next costume. Or you can just say next costume instead of switch costume to. Let me see when I say something like that. Or you can say switch costume to costume A. Or you can have this one coming first, like that. This is you're in control. It's all about systematic reasoning. You get it? So how you just think about how you want your animation to behave like. Then you arrange these blocks in that order. Because we said computer programming is the process of writing instructions to the computer, how it wants to do things the way we want it to do them. So it's you who is in control. Now, when I say green flag, it's going to first change the costume, then it is going to say my name is D. Then I can say, after that, you can also switch costume again to now B. Let me see what happens. So then you can say wait. You can put here the wait now in between here to now be realistic. You can't just switch costumes without waiting any second. So here I'm going to say, you have to also calculate the time that you're going to be waiting. Now this is where the mathematics comes in. So when I say green flag, it's going to say hello. Then it goes back. Hello, my name is D. Hello, my name is D. Now it's having some motion in it, like that. But remember, Avery has no instruction. That's why Avery is keeping quiet. Now, you will say, now this is when, this is something which is so key. In order for Avery to notice that D has finished speaking, we have to use what we call a command, and that command is used even in phones. When you write your message, hello, Joanne, how is your day today? Before clicking send, that message is just on your phone. It's not, Joanne has not received it, but if you click send, the message is going to be broadcasted to Joanne, and Joanne will receive the message. So now let's broadcast the message to Joanne. You go to events. So I go to events here and I click get broadcast message. You can use either broadcast message and wait, or you can just use broadcast message. So let me use broadcast message. And I click on this arrow here, this triangle you're seeing here. Even changing these costumes, you just click on this card drop down triangle, and then you choose whatever you want. So here under broadcast, I click on this card triangle and I click on new message. This message, I'm going to call it D1. This is D's first message. Don't confuse them. The way you name them is the way you should name them in a way you can remember. So me, I know that D's first, D will always have D1, D2, D3, D4 until D1000, according to the messages in my story. So this is just a story. We haven't gone to animation yet to have motion animations. And I see, if I proceed, I see some people have their hands up. And that is Maria. Did you just forget your hand up? Okay. If you want to speak, just then unmute.
I forgot my hand up. I'm going
All
to
right.
put it down.
All right. How about you, Christian?
Teacher, I was saying the connection was unstable, so I left for some time.
Sorry. You can always, we shall share the recorded video, the recorded meeting with you, but you can, this is where we are. And if you don't get anything, just feel free to ask. So we are talking about broadcast because we said that in order for this message, in order for Avery here to know that D has finished speaking and D wants Avery to respond to them, we have to go to events and get the broadcast and broadcast the message by clicking new message and naming it D1 like that. And then D will know, Avery will know that now it's just like sending a message to your mother. And your mother will get that notification that there's a message coming from Christian. That's why we use. So we shall also go to Avery and now Avery, show you how Avery can receive that message using the when I receive message D1. So I see someone's hand, and let me give a chance to someone else. That is Sylvia. Sylvia, please unmute.
Teacher, how do you put it on Play Store? Your animation.
No, we told you can put it on Scratch website. We haven't yet gotten to that to Play Store. You haven't yet started making the games which can go on Play Store, and you don't have an account yet on Play Store. I'll show you what an account looks like for Play Store when we come to that class. So that's a different class which will come afterwards. Now, we shall give you the link of uploading your games online such that people can access them or your animations. So to continue here, I had broadcasted my message D1, and then I go to Avery. So this is the first program for, and this is what it does. Simply says my name is D. Now when I go to Avery, when I come to Avery, I will say, instead of saying when green flag is clicked, so I'll just go to events. And this time around, I say when I receive D1. So when I receive D1, which is here, I want also to say, or to go to costume. So I go to looks and I switch costume to Avery A. Switch costume to Avery A. Avery has only 2 costumes, just the way you're seeing them here. Has only 2 costumes, but you can always add more costumes by duplicating or adding more here, as we are going to get to know that in the future. So after switching costume to this, then Avery can also say, so Avery can say, nice to meet you, D, I am Avery. As simple as that. Then one thing, then after this, you now wait for 1 second. So I can wait for maybe, let's say, I go to control and I wait for 0.5 seconds again. And then I switch, just the same thing I did under D. You see, I waited for 0.5, then I switched costume to, so I go to looks again and I switch costume to Avery B, this one here. So after this, you also need to broadcast now. So I go to events and now broadcast Avery's first message. You get. So I broadcast new message, and this is going to be called Avery 1. So if that makes sense to you, then you can let me know. Otherwise, we are, let me see the time we're supposed to end this. very soon, and the time is, I'm just going to take a few minutes to summarize. So we are supposed to end at 1 p.m. and it's already 1:08. So I'm just going to borrow now only 5 minutes of your time to conclude this, and we are going to share with you some more tutorials to complete what we are supposed to complete today. Now, what has this done? When I click the green flag, I first go to, let me first show you what happens now. When I say green flag here, D, so we didn't tell D to after speaking, what should D do? So you can now say, instead of using the say, if you want this to always go away, then you will use this, you go to looks here and use this say hello, which has waiting for 2 seconds. And you can change this to 0.5 seconds instead, and then copy this just and then paste it here. Sorry. So, and then I say hello. Hello. Let me just copy this here. Then I paste it here. Then I remove this. Don't get confused. I'm just, I don't want them to, the words to be stuck together like that. That's why I'm using this. And then I'm just not, since I have already the wait, 0.5 seconds, I'm going to remove this. And then I just have only four blocks here in my program. And then I'll come to every as well, and I do the same. I use this block which has wait 2 seconds. So this is how you can always unstack them to if they are apart. And then you just copy this, and then Control V inside here. Or you can just rewrite them if you don't know how to, we haven't taught you how to use the shortcuts. So when I click the green flag here, this is going to speak, then as simple as that. This is what I wanted them to do. Now, in this remaining few minutes, I want to show you how to use the extension to add sound. So you can come to extensions here, add extension. There are so many of them, but for now, I want you to add text to speech. So when I click on text to speech, I can have speak hello, set voice to, and set language. So the first thing I want to do, I go to D, and I get the set language to, and I put it just after green flag here, or anywhere, anyway. Then I set the voice also. You can, if you want to change a language, you click on this arrow and choose the language you want your animation to speak. And if you want it to say, if you want to set the voice, you click here and change the voice. There are only 5 voices available now, but they will keep on increasing as time goes on. Then in this case, you will just speak. Maybe I put it here and I speak this. Just exactly this should be here. And I will do the same for every. I'll just get the speak here, put it here, then I just speak this. So let me see what happens.
Hello, my name is Dee. Nice to meet you, Dee. I am Avery.
Okay, now that's how you can add the sounds using the extensions. I see Esther, please unmute.
Oh, yes, I was asking where you got those green blocks from, are the ones that add the sound.
You get them, you got extensions here. Are you seeing where there is this blue box here which has a plus?
Yes.
Yeah, you click on it and then you click on text to speech. Leave alone the music, pen, video sensing. We shall come to this later. Then just click on, I want you to click on text to speech.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome. So I see Christian.
I didn't see where you click to get sound. I didn't see any green box.
Are you seeing this? Did you click on the extension button here?
Extension?
This button here, which has the box, this box here.
I don't see any box.
Are you able to share your screen?
Okay, I'll share it.
Share and I show you. So Patrick is just joining us. Patrick, sorry, you came in late. We are concluding, but we are going
Here's my screen.
Video. So let me first share with you the link to download the software.
Teacher, that's my screen. That's my screen.
Okay, now when you are you seeing that button which is on the, let me just, let me annotate the screen and show you.
Just draw on my screen and I see where it is.
Okay, just give me a moment. So what I mean, are you seeing this?
You've drawn. Oh, yes, I see it.
Yeah, that's where you can get text. You
Okay.
you click on it and you're going to see click on it. Then are you seeing text to speech there? Yes, you click on text to speech. Then you'll get the green, those blocks there. And to get the sprites, to add sprites, you use this. This is the one for sprites. And this is the one for backdrops. If you want to change the backgrounds, you click on this one here. And this icon to add the background. So if you're using, if you're using when space is clicked, don't use green flag. You just click the space on your computer.
Okay.
Nice. So I hope that really answers. Let me get another question.
Okay, how do you end screen share?
You just go down there where you went to screen share. You're going to see, you see above, you see where they stop screen share. Above the screen.
Let me first click escape. Above the screen, there is new share only. Oh, stop share, yeah. Yes. I see it.
Nice. Okay, now let's get some questions. Before we end this class, I see Peter, then I see Kyla. If you want to speak, just raise up your hand.
You said you're going to send a link which can let us to upload games online.
Yes, I'm going to send you the link today.
Teacher, when it's saved, teacher, when your Scratch work is saved, can you search it on your computer and see it?
Yes. And if you
saved in files, is it saved in files or somewhere else?
Now let me show you. So if I save this work, if I name this, let me name it talk. And then I just click file and save it to my computer. So if I save it to my computer, if I want to get it, if I go to another project, this is a new project. If I want to get back my project and add more stuff to it, I just click on file and then I load from now let me show you, let me just go to another, to use another Scratch. Even if I went to use another Scratch, which is now the online version, let me go to the online version. Now this is the online version, which has another project. But if I want to see the other talk project, I'll just click on file and I load from your computer. And then I come to downloads. You go to downloads, that's where I saved mine. And talk is here. They will all appear here. So I click it, then it's going to load. So I choose replace.
Teacher.
But teacher, how can you like make a game instead of an animation?
We are going to look at, we didn't have enough time, but the next class we are going to make games. We are going to make like 2 games in the next class.
Teacher.
Yes.
One time I saved my work, but But when I opened it, I didn't use Scratch, and only words came, a lot of words which I didn't understand.
Yeah, because the application that you are opening it in is did not know Scratch. You get it? It did not know the language of Scratch. That's why it's so you have to always come to open it using Scratch or any application which supports Scratch. Now let me show you how to add the project online. So we are going to send you a link, but this is how I would add this project online. So let me go to my my account. I already have. We are going to give you accounts as well.
Okay, I've stopped screen sharing.
Yeah, I've stopped screen sharing because I want to share another screen, which has my account. So that is Safari. So when I come to, this is my Safari browser. And when I come to create, you click on create here. So just keep your hands up. I'm going to give you a chance after explaining how to. So you see this share button here. It allows you to share your project with anyone in the world. So if I had, we are going to, after you logging in using the accounts, so we are going to, you've created, I'll get my project now from the computer. I can either create online or create offline, but I load it from my computer by clicking here. And then I get it to, and get it here like that. This is now the project is going to come here like this, and then I click share. So I will say talk lesson, just because I want it to be different from other projects online. Your names have to be unique. You can call it even a name in Luganda. It's your project, and then you click on share as long as it has a name. I click on share. Then the project is being shared. So your project is now shared with everyone, and I can now see how many, only one person has now seen the project, and people who favorite my game, I will see the loves here, the favorites here. Then I have to give instructions here. I have to write how my project or how my game is played or how my animation is started or downloaded. I can say, click the green flag to start the conversation. This is just a simple conversation. And then I give credit to my class. I give credit to my class for coming up with their idea, for bringing up these ideas. Then you just click on
by coding your own animations. Make them jump, hop,
then
or anything else.
You can now
to start.
You can also, people can comment on your work, or you can also comment on people's work, or you can add to studio. Now we are going to show you the coding and your class's studio.
Code run when we hit.
You're going to click on add studio. Then, so for me, I have 4 studios here. So let me add it into the coding unlimited here. Then I say, okay. And now my project is also available. All my teachers can see my project in the studio. So that's it for sharing the project. Let me now give a chance to people who have their hands up. I now move on to Kyla. Kyla, I see your hand is up. Please unmute. If you want to ask a question or say something, just raise up your hand.
Oh. Renee. Okay, please may I share my screen with you to see, for you to see how my project is doing. Our project.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I'm getting to Maria as well.
You need help? Share. Press share.
Hello, my name is Dee.
Nice to meet you, Dee. I am Avery.
So
this is amazing. I like the backdrop.
Thank you.
Nice. This is nice. You can even remove the stories just like you have removed them. Then you just have the speaking. That's nice. So you can have so many broadcasts, add more, just make it a conversation. Let one of your teammates just code D, then you code Avery, then you have a conversation. Then you save your work. Okay, now I give a chance to Maria. Maria, do you still want to speak? Then we shall get to Techno.
Okay. Earlier you said that you share the recorded meeting to us, but where will you share it from?
We shall
one with the brown pants.
No, the one with the brown hands.
send to me if you registered for this camp, the email you used for registering or the phone number that you used for registering will be we shall send the link through that. But also you can also follow, we always upload this on our YouTube channel. So this is a link to our channel, and you can also find some tutorials or the videos to the competitions, and you see how competitions happen by following. So this video is also going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel if you missed if you didn't register. Let me give a chance to someone raising up their hand. Techno, come on, 11, please.
Excuse me, teacher, what are the accounts for?
The accounts are for, in order to have to share your work with everyone in the world, you have to have an account.
Yeah, please send the what you should do for accounts now.
You want the accounts now?
Yes.
Okay, let me send for you the link to create an account right now. Just give me 1 minute to share with you in the chat. I'm going to share in the chat, but if you miss the chat, we are also going to be sharing them via email after this class in the evening with the assignments as well. So the links, let me see, and this is it. So I have here the link to the studio. Okay, now use this link to create an account. Just follow this link that I'm going to share in the chat and create an account, sorry. So that's the link for creating an account. Just follow that link and create your own. Don't use your original names. Just use your nickname.
What should we use? Should we use Outlook, Gmail?
Use Gmail. Use any email that you want, but don't use your actual age. If you are born on 23rd July, just say something like 13th August. We don't want, we want your information to be confidential. So don't use your age, don't use your actual names. Just have your nickname used on the platform because it's accessible by anyone in the world. And if you use your actual details, someone can use your names to impersonate or to maybe call themselves your names. So that's why I want you to just use nicknames, and also forge. The years can be the same. The year of birth, you can use your actual year of birth, but the date and the month, just use anything that you want to use. It doesn't affect anything. So I see Kyla saying, pick me, you're using a different gadget. So Kyla, raise up your hand. And raise up your hand and just let me allow you to unmute. So you can unmute yourself if you have joined with sound. Make sure you join with sound. We are not hearing you. You have not joined with sound. Okay, connect to sound. Yeah, now you can now unmute.
Can I show you my project?
I'm happy to see it. Wow. So in the meantime, just
How are you doing?
wow.
Hello, my name is Rama. What's your name?
Nice to meet you. My name is Elsa.
Wow, that is nice. That's nice.
What do you want, Rama?
That's nice. Now you can use the say hello for some seconds in order to make the stories not to be stuck at the same place like that. So now, if you want to learn how to add the projects or to share the project, here is the link. We have made some slides for you to check out. After creating your account, these slides, when you follow this link, you'll be able to know how to add the project to the studio. Let me get to Peter. Peter, your hand is up.
I left it on by mistake.
All right. How about you, Christian? Okay.
Oh, hello, teacher.
Yes, your hand is up. Did you just forget it up?
No, I was putting it up. I was asking, is there a way you can still teach about making a game? Or
it's already time, but if you can follow some of the tutorials on our YouTube channels, if you are so much desperate to make a game, you can go to the other cohort, see what the other cohorts learned. Then on the YouTube channel, then you see how to make a game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, teacher.
Games next week. Let me get Maria. Time has not allowed us to make the game today.
Excuse me, teacher. I have tried to make the account, and after writing the username and the password, I tap next step and I
again. And it did what?
It's not going to the next step.
You first share your screen and I see.
Okay.
Hey, bye. See you guys. Those who are listening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Everyone. Bye. Bye. Bye, teacher.
Bye. See
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I still have a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a game called.
Wait, teacher.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'm still available if you have questions. Let's first see what Maria is showing, then we shall get to you. Everyone is going to have a chance.
Is this how you do it?
And leave.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, I'm going to get to you, Peter. Now,
what is the scan for?
The scan is not supposed to be there, so I think you're sharing a wrong screen. Scan is not supposed to be there.
Let's make a game.
Who is sharing their screen? You first wait at Singuza, and I don't know whether she has finished sharing.
I've not finished.
Okay, you share quickly, then we give someone the other person. I want to see what you see on the screen when you register.
Okay. Let me try. It's here. Is that the one?
Yes, now click on get started. Now, don't use your real name, just put your nickname and even some numbers ahead because your nickname might have been taken.
Okay. Like I finished those steps, but when I tap like that next
Try again,
step,
try again. Just put your nickname.
Okay.
Don't put the password right now. Okay, now don't put some numbers. Put like 88 or you are put any other numbers ahead. Don't put space after the word. So remove that space. Okay, now stop sharing and put your password. Then you share again and show me what happens.
Okay.
You can first put your password.
So can I share now?
First of all, give me a moment. Let's first finish Maria, then we get to you. Just 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, now it's working.
All right, nice. Now let's get to Peter. Oh no, who wanted to share their screen?
Peter.
Okay, go ahead. Now do the same thing. You have to put some numbers ahead. Just like Maria did. You can first stop sharing and make your password, then it will have to work. You have to remember your username, by the way. Write down your username somewhere. Maria, write your username such that write your username and password somewhere. If you don't remember them, then you won't be able to log in again. Peter, you let me know if you're successful.
Okay. They're saying my username is taken.
Then you change the numbers in your username. You see so many people are using Scratch and your username may have been taken as it says. So you can add some numbers or change the numbers that you will remember.
Okay.
Then as you're still doing that, we can be taking Esther. Esther, your hand is up. You can ask your question.
Now I had about 4 questions. So how can I get the Zoom link? Like, can I have it resent so that?
Did you register?
I registered. Yes, I registered.
Did you receive the Zoom link via your phone or your email?
I think it was supposed to be my email, but I didn't have my like access to it right there and then. But I joined from like someone else's.
Okay, no worries.
I'm sharing screen again.
Okay, you can go ahead and share screen again. Let me also share the Zoom link again. It's not going to change until the workshop is over. So that's the Zoom link, Esther.
Oh, okay. So there is no passcode?
There is a passcode, 2021, as it is there.
Oh, yes, I've seen it. And then you were talking about sharing our projects.
Yes.
But you went to the online application, like when you're online. So can't I share it when I'm also using the offline application, the one which I've downloaded on my device?
On No, I don't think you can do it. You can only program, then save it. Then when you want to upload it online, you have to go and to the online version to put it online.
Oh.
Yeah.
Teacher,
Yes, please.
they're saying save password. Should I do it or
Yeah,
not?
save it if it's your device, save password. Such that you don't have to always remember.
Ma'am, it's going to be my device for a short time. It's going to be my device for a short time. They're bringing me my real one.
Then, but it's still a home device, so no one can hack your account using. If you trust the people who are going to use this device, then you can save.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then teacher, can I please have like the exact time for starting? Because I came in also a bit late.
Yeah, we always start at 11:30 every Saturday and Sunday, 11:30 to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in case I've added an extension, how do I remove it? Like by mistake, I pressed video sensing and I've failed to like remove it up to now.
You can, maybe if you restart the project by clicking close Scratch, then open Scratch again.
Oh, okay. So have to be careful.
Yeah, so I see Peter is successful. Now that's how you can check out some projects in the studio by clicking on the class studio. That's the class studio that you're going to add you to other class studios once we get your account. And also when you make your project, be adding them to the class studio.
Okay, teacher.
Yes.
When I shut down my computer and I go and I open it, what should I search to go back to this page? What do I search?
You just log into your account and that page is going to be there. You just go to scratch.mit.edu, then you go to login. You'll be searching for Scratch, then you log in. Once you log in, you will be able to see this.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we now give a chance to Ronel and Misha. I see your hands up. Join with you can join with sound and then unmute. Otherwise, I'm giving only one person.
Please may I share a screen? Please may I share the screen?
Yes, you can share.
Okay.
But I see two Ronel.
Hello, my name is Dee.
Nice to meet you, Dee. I am Avery.
How are you doing?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
And that's why I stopped. Misha and I stopped.
Nice. That's beautiful for a start. And I like the way you have added the second broadcast. And you can have so many broadcasted messages. Now you understand the concept. I'm so happy about you. And keep up.
Yes. Okay. At first, when I did broadcast one, it just repeated the messages over and over again. So I decided to do broadcast 2, and then it worked.
Yes, nice. So you have to be renaming the broadcast. The names of the broadcasted message don't have to be the same.
Yes, that's what I figured out.
Nice, nice. Congratulations upon making such a success.
Okay, thank you.
We are going to continue the talk.
Nice.
We're going to continue the
I'll be
conversation.
happy to add it to the studio, and I'll be able to check it out in the studio to see what you've really made.
Okay.
Okay, now I want to wish you the rest to enjoy the rest of the day.
Teacher?
Yes.
I'm trying to upload my game. Can you please go during your free time? Please check if it is good or bad.
I'm going to comment on it. Everyone who uploads the projects in the studio will be able to comment on them and also give you some advice. Don't forget to put the instructions for how someone can use your project.
Yes.
All right, then I wish you a good day, and we meet again in our next class, which is going to be more fun. You can invite your friends or classmates to also join the class. The deadline for joining this particular cohort is next Friday, so they can always apply throughout the week. The link to apply, please share the link to apply. or to registering in the chat. So next week, we are going to make our first games, and you should be ready for that, to make to your first games, and then you play and also share with others. Now, right now, I want to use that link to share with your friends to register, and we shall meet again on Saturday.
Bye, bye, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.